Tamastu ma vidyusavahe. Om Santi Santi Santi. My humble prostrations at the lotus feet of Sri Guruji.
Tamastu Santi Santi.
The called the masters, all the sages and saints. And I bow to all of you. Especially bow to Sri Guruji to think through me, speak through me, and act through me. Jai Guru. So we are in the 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. We have almost taken 2 classes to understand how the structure of Gita from the 2nd chapter, where the teaching started from the 11th verse till now, how it has progressed. What is the route map actually Lord has taken in his teachings with Arjuna. So Arjuna had a problem, what is right and what is his duty. So there was confusion, so that's why he was upset. It came to a state when he felt that he should not be fighting this war. And then he sought the advice of Lord Krishna. So the problem of Arjuna was a mental one, correct? I should fight or not. He's getting upset about it. He doesn't know what to do. So it is mental, psychological problem. Or in the physical sense, you can say it is also another problem is that he didn't know whether to fight or not to fight. If he has to fight, how he can fight. So at least, if there is some way that he can kill the people whom he doesn't like, but avoid killing the people he likes. Something like that. On the physical field also, something can be done. But Lord took a beautiful route. He started teaching that what is the nature of the self from 11 to 25th verse of 2nd chapter. Then he said Karma Yoga, then said Jnana Yoga, and then in the 2nd chapter also how a Jnani who has this knowledge which Lord is teaching, he said how he lives in this world. This is the ideal person's life. Now try to imagine a similar situation in our life. With all of you, please listen and please also show me your faces. I know you are seriously thinking about it. You have a problem with your boss in the office. Boss shouted at you. Okay. You are now coming to Lord Krishna saying that my boss shouted at me. There is no reason for him to shout. And he's shouting, I am upset about it. What do you think, taking into consideration the 2nd chapter, what the Lord is trying to advise him? And what would be his advice? Can you guess, any of you? Because it's a similar situation. He has a problem. He has a mental problem now, whether he cannot take a decision. And he's getting upset about it because if I kill my near and dear ones, so what is the benefit out of this? What I'm going to enjoy this world or the kingdom I am going to get after this war is over? What do you think would happen in the Lord's? If in the office my boss shouts at me without any reason, I feel he is totally unreasonable. He shouts at me. and then I come to Lord Krishna, tell me how to deal with it.
The Lord tells Arjuna about his duty, what duty, what dharma he is supposed to do. And he tells about the true nature of the Atman, which is indifferent from the field that he is having, indifferent from the role that he is playing now. He has different roles. So his dharma as a Kshatriya is to fight, which he must, irrespective of the results of it. Yeah, and whatever has to happen will happen.
Juxtapose to this office problem now.
Okay. Same as a employee, it's my duty to work. As an employee, it's my duty to hear my boss and his opinion. I will do that. Hear his opinion. No need to give response back. And same way, whatever is my duty, whatever I'm ethically and logically I'm supposed to do, I will do my duty accordingly.
Does the Lord talked about Arjuna's duty there?
He told about his dharma. His dharma as a Kshatriya is to fight. So employee's dharma is there to do the job, which he will do because he has his family, he has to have, he's an employee, he's a father, he's a husband, so he will do his role up in the best possible manner.
Beautiful, beautiful, you are coming out. But imagine, the Lord first talked about from the 11th to 25th verse, what is your real self?
Atman, real nature.
So where in this advice, where it is going to the basics of it, philosophy part of it?
Whatever the boss is saying is not going to impact us because that is transient in nature. I am doing a role of an employee in an office. I will do my role as an employee to the perfection. When I reach home, I do my role as a father or as a husband to the perfection. So it's a role that I have to play with. Whatever dirt would have come from the boss will not stick to my screen. It will just stick to the clothes that I am wearing at that moment of time.
You are in the right track. Anybody else?
Yeah.
So, Baba, when someone is scolding us, it is a ahamkar which gets affected. So, like as we are all these layers. So we don't let our ego or ego self or ahamkar come in between, and we just do our duty.
Okay. Yes, Ajay Baba, you wanted to tell something?
Yeah, Baba, if I think that I have done a mistake and the boss is shouting, I will admit that. Okay, and I may be apologizing for it. But if I think that it is being unreasonable, I might also question him. Okay. And
no, it's not that how you are going to respond. We are talking about if you would have gone to Lord Krishna, what Lord Krishna, taking into consideration the way he has advised Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, if he takes the same line of advice, so what he would have advised? That's the point. It's not that how you are going to respond. We can understand. Okay.
Okay. So you're saying that as an employee, what advice I would seek from Lord Krishna? Is that the question?
What would happen? You have this problem, you go to Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna is there in your house. So you go and talk to him, boss, he shouted at me. Totally unreasonable. I don't think, I deserve to be shouted at, but he has shouted at me. So please advise what I should be doing.
Yeah, then as Deepak Baba said, it's basically more of a, transcendence in, the nature. Okay, you think more on the, more at the soul level than at the body level. Yeah, and ignore it.
Okay.
Be
Baba,
at the screen than the picture. Be at the screen than the picture.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Can we also apply this that it is what do you say? It's prasad. I mean, it is like it is given by God. We take it. We are doing for God, and it is God's work, and we give it to. I'm forgetting the words actually. Sorry.
Okay.
Ishwar Prasad Buddhi.
Ishwar Arpan and Prasad Buddhi. Yeah, got it.
Yeah. I mean, there could also be a blessing in disguise, in that shout, maybe. Okay. And that's how I would look at it.
But let's okay, you think it over, but let's look at it this way. Whatever the Arjuna's problem was, did Lord said what you should be doing and you should not be doing it? Did he say in second chapter anywhere, as far as this war is concerned? Did he? Did he?
No, I think.
Nothing, correct? He didn't say about problem.
Yeah, it's all about knowledge.
What he is told. So he didn't prescribe a medicine that would have been symptomatic. That I have a running temperature, you run to the doctor. Doctor gives you paracetamol. Immediate. That is what Arjuna's problem is there. So you do this, then this problem will not be there. He didn't do that. He wanted to go to the root problem, why it has happened. Then he felt it has happened because you do not know who you really are. Then he said, you are this Satchidananda Swarupa. So what has that to do with Arjuna's problem in the war? The similar situation is my boss shouted at me in the office. When I go to Lord Krishna, what Lord Krishna would have told? He would have ignored this part of the totally. What he would have gone to the basics of it. So what you are angry or you are sad, whatever is there, is an experience. Correct? It's a mental experience. Yes or no? I'm
Yes, sir.
sad. I'm hot. I'm angry. These are mental conditions. Are you your mind? You would have said, hey, you are Satchidananda Swarupa. You are Brahman. So where you can observe your mental agony. So that means if I can observe it, that my mental condition, my suffering, my getting feeling of hot is a matter. What is the definition of matter in spiritualism? What is the definition of matter? Small one, whatever if you know it, immediately tell.
Something that can be observed or experienced.
That's correct. Whatever you can. Is Mr. Manohar? Yes, you are Mr. Manohar, correct? Hello?
Yes, Ajay, yes.
Yeah. Mr. Manohar, yeah, he is yet to be initiated into Kriya. So he told me that I want to attend some satsang, so I get the link. Oh, good. Yeah, he's yet to be initiated. Yes, you are right. Whatever you can observe, whatever you can see, whatever you can perceive is an object. If you're feeling hot is an object, is separate from you. So how can you say, I can observe it, it stands apart from me. That means if I say that I am using this body mind to interact with this world, I use my vehicle to go from here to Abu Dhabi. So my body, mind and intellect and my vehicle stands apart from me. So why you are feeling hot? Are you getting it? This would have been his line of argument, or line of advice. Because if we know this, then whatever the teachings are, we will be able to implement in our life. Otherwise, the teachings will go one way, and the life will go in the similar way. There is not going to be any impact on that. Are you getting it? Anjuma, do you agree with it? Ajay Baba?
Yes, Baba.
Yes, Baba.
Are you seeing the point? So he went to the basics of the problem. Where the problem is arising? Because you are confusing your mind as you. If you stand apart from me, whatever was happening, like Ramana Maharshi, one is okay. One was he was suffering cancer. When the people told them that this is there, they said, "Oh, is it? Oh, it is in the body mind. It's not with me." Then it appears there is another story that somebody wrote something, criticizing him, and so he didn't have the guts to tell him on his face. So he gave that, saying that I have written something. I want you to edit it. And then Ramana Maharshi started editing it. Then another person who knew about it, then he said, Guruji, do you realize that he is criticizing you in that writing and you are editing it? He said, is it? No, he is criticizing some Ramana person. That means, see the dissociation with it, with the body, mind, intellect. When this dissociation happens, even if I know I dissociate myself, that I am not this body, mind, intellect, and when my boss is shouting at me, that it's the mind, and it changes, it will change. So now the question is that feeling of hot is going to be lessened? Do you feel it will be lessened or it will stay as it is? If I know this, if I can recollect, okay, this is what it is. Your Lord Krishna would have told me like this. So how it is going to happen? You will feel still aggrieved, very emotionally down, or how? What you will feel? Yes, please.
Baba, it will lessen. In fact, it will not affect us so much. It will be like lukewarm or diluted at all.
Yes. Depending on our own spiritual growth, our understanding of the things of this world, the impact that extent will go down. Because you understand it. Yes, you may feel bad. It's not that a self-realized person, even if he breaks his hand, is not going to hurt. If he's going to be operated on the table, he needs anesthesia. You will feel the pain. So interacting with this world, interacting with your office, interacting with your boss, you may feel. But then I can always say, oh, this is my mind. I'm not my mind. It is like that philosopher, businessman who got his goods imported in the ship. The ship went down. When he received the message, he said, what? Oh, it's small, my money is gone. What? And then after a few seconds, he realized, he said, so what? So from what to so what is that transformation. That's what Lord wants in our life. Are you getting it?
Yes, Baba.
And this particular thing, because this, if we can keep it in mind, whenever we are faced with a situation like this, if we can remember, even if this discussion, I hope, all of you are listening today and you have thought about it. it will definitely come in our mind. And then we will be reminded of Lord's approach in Bhagavad Gita. Go to the basics. It is an emotional thing, it's a thing, it's a matter. I am not matter. It doesn't change it. Padam Patram Imbhasasi. I am like lotus leaf. You remember that term? Padma Patram Imambhasa. So this is how we have to be there. Yes, we feel. But next moment, pull yourself. I'm not this. Okay. And after Lord has told that what is the real, who you really are, Satchidan Ananda Swarupa, then he said, okay, then how I am going to implement it? Arjuna said, okay, let me go to the Himalayas to meditate. Because you said, Karma Yoga, why action is necessary? Action is necessary because this knowledge is not going to sink in or seep in as long as my mind is totally immersed or absorbed in my likes and dislikes and interacting with the world outside. It will never go. And then what I do, then I have to neutralize my likes and dislikes so that mental modifications, chitta vritti nirodha, yoga is chitta vritti nirodha. So how this violent modifications of the mind oscillating between my raga and dvesha, how I can neutralize it, and you can only neutralize by karma yoga. So every action you do is for the Lord, Ishwararpana Bhava, and every result that comes out from that action is a prasadavati, Ishwararpana Bhava prasadavati. So when you do that, follow karma yoga. That's what in 25th, I think 30 or 33, Lord is talking about the karma yoga. And what is the benefit? Chitta suddhi. Purity in mind. What is the purity in mind? What are the impurities in mind? Impurities in mind is arising out of raga dvesha, then lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. All these modifications of the mind are the impurities in the mind. And when you follow karma yoga, then what will happen? Chitta suddhi is come. Just sanity comes in the mind. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Then what happens if I get samatvam? What will happen? Then what happens, Anjuma? You get samatvam. Then what is the next step? Next stage?
Then we are established in true self whenever we are interacting with the world.
No. Somebody else. Can you? Anybody else?
Raga dvesh will go.
Go
And
into
then that is
jnana because you got the qualification. You know, but you are not linking together. Now you got the karma yoga. When you are established in karma yoga, then you have the right qualification. Why qualification? Because samatvam you have achieved. Once you have the samatvam, then you get into jnana. Then sravana, mananam, nididhyasanam. When you do that, then you know who you really are. Why the problem is? The problem is because we do not know who we really are. Ajnana. Ignorance is the cause of our suffering. That's what all the scriptures say. Or ignorance about what? Ignorance about our self. That's why in Kathopanishad, yesterday, that time, last time, said Mundaka Upanishad, Shvetashvara Upanishad, everywhere it's saying action emanates from ignorance. Why action? Because I am ignorant of my true self, I feel the things of this world, the relationships in this world, and the events in this world will make me feel complete. So I run to grab those things, grab those relationships, grab those events. So action starts with ignorance because we do not know who we really are. And what Jnana Yoga does, it provides us, lets us know who we really are. Ajnana is gone. That's why in the Shravana, they said is Ajnana Nibruti. Ajnana means there is the information, but because you do not know, now you have heard from the scriptures, from your guru, who you really are. In Mananam stage, whatever doubts you have, you try to resolve it. And in the Nididhyasanam stage, when you want to make it your own, then you are going against all your sanskaras and vrittis. You go try to neutralize them. Because samskaras go back as seed and comes back as a fruit as what comes? Samskara comes as what? Vasanas. In the Nididhyasanam stage, you try to neutralize those so that you will be able to see through everything that I am this Satchidananda Swarupa. My body, mind, intellect is an instrument. Because it's so intimately connected, it's very difficult to say that I am separate from my body, mind, intellect. So this is the root map. So that's why in the third, fourth, and fifth chapter so far, Lord was concentrating on the Karma Yoga part of it mostly. So in Karma Yoga, what happens? This is also another thing, very important thing also, because again we are getting delayed. Okay, another thing also you remember here. Simultaneously, Lord is reminding Arjuna, through Arjuna to all of us, that he said that I created this world and I created Veda. I gave Veda. So this is my creation and Veda is the manual of living, how you should live in this world. In that world of the Lord, if each individual, just imagine, like President Trump, everybody has his own likes and dislikes, how you want this world to run. How this world will run, tell me. Will it run? It's like traffic signal. Traffic signal, there's all the cars, all the vehicles, the same green, orange, and red. Somebody comes with a Ferrari, hey, you cannot, I have purchased this price, I have paid this price, I have to go to 200 kilometers per hour. The traffic signal is going to listen. What will happen? It will lead to chaos. So similarly, everybody goes back to this world following your likes and dislikes. This world will not survive. So that's why dharma, when Lord is saying the dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge, when he's saying what is dharma he's saying about, he's talking about the dharma of this creation. What is the dharma of sugar, sweetness? That inherent basic quality of a particular thing is called dharma. He's saying yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. What dharma is talking about? This creation which I have created, there is a dharma which holds it together. And when all of you, you are going to pursue your own likes and dislikes, The dharma is going to be imbalance. Then I will come down. Are you getting it? So that is that dharma he is talking about. So simultaneously he is saying that how you should get rid of your likes and dislikes. And other side, he's showing us how you should lead your life. That's why in Veda Purva, it is only karma kanda. Why? Because without karma, you cannot be a karma yogi. And without karma yogi, you cannot get samatva. So that's why entire Bhagavad Gita is meant for grihasthas. Why? Because he's extolling the virtue of samatva. Because I want samatva, so you need karma yoga. You need to karma yoga, so you have to be in action. So that's why the entire Bhagavad Gita is only for grihasthas mostly. And it is so happens that we discussed this also. Lord Krishna is a grihastha. How many wives he had? 16,008, Mahagrihastha. Arjuna, wherever he went, he married. Who wrote Vyasa? Vyasa is also Grihastha. So that's why Adi Shankara, when he writes this Bhashyam on Bhagavad Gita, he finds it very difficult. Because he is, even in, I think, one of his Bhashyam, he said that Manushya, he is taking, Manushya means a human being, as a sannyasi. That is his mental frame. And that's why here, now we will see here, he is extolling the virtue of a grihastha as compared to a sannyasi. When he does that, Adi Shankara in his Bhashyam, he said, no, he is not decrying the sannyasi. Only he is extolling the virtue of a grihastha. Nahi ninda nyaya. If I am to praise Ajay Baba, so I take out something, I said, no, Prasant Baba does this, Prasanta Baba does this. It's not a criticism of Prasant Baba, because I want to praise Ajay Baba, I tell something good about him. Are you getting it? Nahi ninda. I'm not decrying Prasant Baba, but I want to praise Ajay Baba, so I'll tell accordingly. I'll say, no, Prasant Baba does this, does this, does this. He's pushing himself to accept that Lord is saying Grihastha are better than sannyasis. Okay, so because I thought that this we must know, this is how we have to implement the teachings in our life. Otherwise, the teachings will go on and our life will go on like two rails of the rail line. Both are parallel, will never meet. Okay, having said that, this fifth chapter, which we have already seen, it is on the Dhyana Yoga. Dhyana was never, this is the chapter which has not started because of a question raised by Arjuna. Most of the teachings in Bhagavad Gita and most of the chapters starts with a question by Arjuna, because his entire teaching is over in the second chapter itself. And the 18th chapter is again consultation. Like previously, because nowadays I've not seen this news. Previously in the TV, first you give the brief news in the beginning, then you elaborate each one, and then again you do a concluding one-liner, again the end of a news reading. Similarly, Lord has done. His teaching is over in second chapter. 18th chapter is his conclusion, and from 3rd to 17th chapter are his his elaboration on his teachings in the second chapter. If we take that, then the fifth chapter, now we have the sixth chapter, Dhyana Yoga, was not come out because of a question by Arjuna. Because at the end of the fifth chapter, Lord said that you can meditate to bring concentration, to bring the focus. So that's why this dhyana is coming. Then upasana will also come, because in karma yoga, the concept of God is coming. And also, we had seen earlier in some of our discussions that out of the six philosophies, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Uttaramimansa, Purvamimansa, Uttaramimansa. Nowhere the concept of God is there, except in Patanjali's Yoga Sutra. He brought in the God for the first time. And he defined the God as Purusa Vishesa. He didn't say he's a, whatever, there's a creator, sustainer, and all those things are not there. Okay. Then you can say, whatever the Purva Mimamsa is full of rituals. How come God is not there? Purva means rituals. The rituals are there. A few of the God's names are there. But the rituals were done not to appease to them. It was to go to heaven. Mostly it was to go to heaven, because that was the belief. That if you do good karma, you go to heaven. There is another layer of living. So there you enjoy, and then once it is over, you come back again. So you will go to heaven. Coming from there, so when we get the message that somebody is dead, correct? So what we write? What you write? Huh?
Soul rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Who said that? Who said that?
Baba.
Ajay
Baba.
Okay. So why they write rest in peace, you know? Tell me, anybody knows why rest in peace?
No, Baba, just elaborate, please.
Because no rebirth, Baba, for them. It's only one place lying in.
That. See, without some, remember this, without some sort of a existence beyond death, if it is not there, religion cannot work. Whatever happens, happening, why I should bother? Because you have to go and answer for your deeds, that's why the religion works. Where either you are afraid or you respect it. So in Christianity and Islam and all is there that you have to go and face the Creator and justify what you did. Okay, that's why he's saying till you go and reach the Lord and give your answers, you rest in peace. Now don't bother about it. Don't get because you will get scared. Whatever good, bad you have done, ugly you have done, you know it. You will be again afraid. How I can meet my Creator, and then what explanation will give? So that's why they write rest in peace. So you remain on peace. Don't bother about it. Lord will take care again. But in our case, there is nothing like that. You don't explain to anybody. Yamaraja only takes you from here. But then what will happen? Depending upon your prarabdha, you will take another form. So that's why for us, there is no rest in peace. Because your prarabdha decides what rest in peace. So you can write Om Shanti or whatever you can write, but don't write rest in peace because it doesn't fall in place as far as our religion is concerned. Okay. So this is what I wanted to share with you. Now let's go back to our sixth chapter. So we had seen that sixth chapter. There are 5 different things or topics, main topics which Lord has taken. One is called Bahiranga Sadhana, general disciplines a meditator should have. Then Antaranga Sadhana, Antaranga means internally, specific disciplines related to meditation which you want to have. That Bahiranga Sadhana is mostly for Samatvam, maintaining the Samatvam. If Samatvam is not there, you will not be able to meditate. We will come back again. Then the third topic is called Dhyana Swarupa. What is the nature of this meditation? What exactly it is? How do you define it or what it is? Then benefits of Dhyana Yoga. That's the fourth topic. And the fifth one is obstacles to meditation and the remedies. So the mostly fifth chapter. And in the beginning, this few first and second verse, we have already gone through it. So that is about the Bahiranga Sadhana. What in the Bahiranga Sadhana is, what is the general discipline? What is the general discipline Lord is talking about here? If you remember, he was talking about samatvam part of it. How you have to maintain your samatvam. If you do not maintain your samatvam, you will not able to meditate. So when you sit in meditation, what thoughts will come out? What bothers us? Which thought will come out? Yeah.
Related to matter and mind.
The mind thinks only
All,
matter
all
about
our
matter.
likes and
Yes,
all
our
our
likes and
likes and
dislikes.
dislikes.
Raga and dvesa, whether it is you things you like or you things you dislike. Because when we interact with this world, when we perceive a thing, we have seen that when I look at a plant, I look at an animal, I look at a individual, whatever it is, I am not actually dealing with the person sitting there. Because the image in the eye is going inside. Mind is inside. Then mind then categorizes, I like this person or I do not like. What has been my previous experience? A thing or anything, I categorize it. If I like it, I go for it, raga. And 99% more than anything, I will get thwarted. Whatever I like, I want to achieve this, it may not be possible. Because the moment I get it, again my desire for greater things will go. I want to repeat it or I want more of it. Then I will get thwarted. I will not get it because there is competition everywhere because things are limited. My abilities is also is questionable. And then I get angry, dvesha. I don't like something. I try to avoid, but they will only come to your life. In the morning, you don't want to see the face of a person, and the same person will be coming every day in your, when you are getting out. Yes or no? So these are the things, your likes and dislikes is called vasana. So two things is happening when we are getting into action. We have discussed this. What is the two things happens? Anjuma, you know it. What is the two things happens when you get engaged in an action?
Either we will get anxious or we will get No, we get anxiety actually.
Yes, Baba, are you there?
Yes, Baba.
Tell me. When you engaged in action, what happens? Okay. Action is not only physical action, because action we had seen, action is preceded by a thought. It comes as a thought. Then sometimes it can take a form of words and then action. So that thought and words are also action. Even if you're thinking about, giving a slap to somebody, you didn't slap. But the mere thought of it is also an action. And when we get engaged in action, the two things happens. Every action brings in result. Okay? If it's a good action, punyas. If it's a bad action, papas. And we have to enjoy or suffer for that. That is one. Every action brings in result. And second thing which action does is called samskar. It creates a habit. I like filter coffee. You repeat it 2 times, 3 times, 5 times. And these samskaras, this is like a scar in the mind. This is samskara. I like it. And the next life, it comes as vasana. Now the samskaras are seed, and vasana is like a tree, is fructified. So one is the actions you do, the result of this action is added to your sanchita karma. So in the next life you come, a part of it as prarabdha comes, that is one karma phala, and then your vasanas also will come, what you like and dislike. It is double-edged sword. It's so dangerous. It looks so innocuous. So what will happen? This Bahiranga Sadhana is saying that if you become like a karma yogi, if every action you take as perform it as a karma yogi, what will happen? First is Ishwararpana Bhava. You say, I am not doing it for me, I am doing it for the Ishwar, the Lord, or I am doing it for my Guru. And the result of the action, that anxious is like that, because in the karma yoga also, because I am saying, I am doing it. See the word, I am doing it. Ownership he has not given up. The result of the action, I am taking it as prasad. That means I want the result of the action. The ownership of action is never going away in karma yoga. That's a chitta suddhi is only attained. But in jnana, what is happening? You are disowning action, because I am disowning my body, mind, intellect. I am not my body, mind, intellect. I am Satchidananda Swarupa. It's an instrument which is engaged in action. I am not doing it. So very action you are renouncing with knowledge, which doesn't happen in karma yoga. But here, if you look into the 5th chapter, there also jnana karma sannyasa is there. So there you will say there are, because when you become established in yoga, karma yoga, there also most of the time saying slowly you will be able to renounce the ownership of action as well. So whether the ownership you will be able to give or not, sometimes you may not be able to give, but what will definitely happen in karma yoga, because you are doing because I like this action or I do not like this action, or whatever the results is coming, that anxiousness, that my liking, because it is neutralized. So what will happen, whatever the emotions comes out of that action, fulfillment in those actions, then it will be samatvam. There is no more raga and dvesa is not there. And that is called samatvam, that equipoise mind. So what we have done is, our default setting in our mind, I like this, I do not like this. That is like computer, is the default setting is there. Then when you use it, what you do? You try to make it your way of doing it. So you tinker with it. So in Karma Yoga, what you are doing, you are trying to, the default setting in your mind, that I like things, I dislike things, you are trying to neutralize it. You are making it the way you want to proceed. And because by the time, because when you are on the spiritual side, the goal is self-realization. Guruji has written a book, I was going through it, that is an Atma Bodha. He has written self-knowledge, I think, the title of the book. There is, it starts with this. That you must be very sure about your goal and the path. The goal for every individual, whether we know it or not, every scripture is saying self-realization is the goal. If we do not know, what will happen? Like you are going in the train, you want to go to New Delhi. You don't know where you are going. So you have taken a train, you are going to Calcutta. From Calcutta, you are going to Bombay. It's going anywhere. So that way you will reach. You will reach Delhi one day. But a person who knows, okay, I have to go to Delhi. The goal is set. Then he said, okay, this is how I'm going to get. I'll take the train to Bombay, or from there I'll go, or to the Calcutta from there, or some other train, whatever is, he plans it out. The path, the goal and the path, you must be aware of. And when you know the goal, how you know the goal? Because if you know that self-realization is the goal, because that has to be the goal, then immediately that is a precondition, then you know that this, you are not this body, mind, intellect. I am Satchidanand, sir. I have to reclaim my own ownership of that. So there itself, your transformation has started. The very fact that you can say that self-realization is my goal, the moment you can say that, already the process has started, process of transformation. The journey has started. And when you do this Bahiranga sadhana, he's saying, when you become a karma yogi, then what will happen? This samatvam is achieved. And in these 4-5 verses in the beginning, the Lord is talking about this Bahiranga sadhana, that you must practice this. Why? It will have a samatvam. Then when you have the samatvam, what will happen? Because mind, when is engaged in any particular action, the mind is fully occupied. But when you going to meditate, what will happen? Because your conscious mind is now free, whatever they are in your unconscious mind, they float out. Then how you are going to meditate? So how I neutralize it? That's what we were discussing. You have made a curry, it is salty. What you can do? Now you would go on adding water. That means you go on making more actions, but without likes and dislikes. It's like water, you are adding it. Because previously you have engaged in actions, but you have mixed it with your likes and dislikes, like salt and chili. So now you cook, what you do? You don't put salt, don't put chili, without rag and dvesha. So you will slowly neutralize it. So this is what will happen, the samatvam will be there. And the Lord is what He's doing this year. He's saying that you can have a lifestyle of a grihastha, and you can also have a lifestyle of a sannyasi, a renouncer. But He's saying, I will prefer, not in this, but in the third chapter itself, that I prefer a grihastha. Why? Because once you are a grihastha, you are engaged in action. Once you are engaged in action, then from action you become from karma, you make a karma yoga. And when you engaged in karma yoga, then you will get the samatva. And then you get the qualification. That gives you the qualification to get into jnana yoga, sadhana chatushtaya, sampanna. Okay, so this is what it is there. Then in case of Ashtanga yoga, if you look at it, our yama and niyama, yama, niyama, asana, then pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi, Ashtanga yoga. And yama and niyama are equivalent to karma yoga. Because the niyama is saying what you should do, yama is saying what you should not be doing. So you neutralize it. So then, and the Lord is saying here also, we have seen last time, and we also told earlier, that Lord is preferring a grihastha. He's saying a sannyasi is not actually a sannyasi. A grihastha is a greater sannyasi. When he's saying about the sannyasi and a grihastha is a greater sannyasi, sannyasi means he's a renouncer. So he's taking advantage of this word. When we are talking in the conventional sannyasi, he is a renouncer. That moment that we say he is a renouncer, we know what he has renounced. He has renounced his family. He has renounced the means of living in this world, like money, artha, kama. He has given up, renounced. Even they give up their sacred thread. He doesn't even do the puja. But when Lord is saying a grihastha is a greater renouncer, so renouncer, he is a renouncer, but it doesn't specify what he is renouncing. And when Lord is talking a grihastha is a greater renouncer, what he has renounced, grihastha? Nothing he has renounced. He has not renounced his family. He has not renounced his money and his means, his relationship. What is he renounced? He has renounced his attachment to the result of the action. Or he has renounced getting anxious about the future. In that sense, in the 5th chapter, he was talking about that, and the 6th chapter, he is extending on that. He's saying, Grihastha is a greater renouncer. But if he's a greater renouncer, that means, are you saying that I will not then plan for the future? Whatever the future comes in, I will accept that. Because if we plan it, I have to act on it. And then you are saying I should not have, because I should have prasada buddhi, whatever comes, I will take it, so I will not plan it. I will not get engaged in actions. No. We have discussed it so many times also. Remember this. There is a difference between planning and worrying. What is the difference? Anybody? What is the difference between planning and worry?
Planning is done in the present, and worrying is the future. So when we are doing an action, we are fully present there, and we are giving 100%. And when we are anxious or worrying about the result, we are not in the present, and we are not giving our best.
Okay, anybody else?
Planning is to understand about the path that we go, and worrying is more focused on the result of the or the fruit of the action.
Yeah, that is one way. Okay, let's look at this way. Planning is a deliberate act. I can say at 10 o'clock today, I am going to sit down and write what I am going to do in 2026. Worrying is a reaction. You cannot say at 10 o'clock, I am going to worry. It can come at any time because it reacts. Worrying is dangerous because is not on your control. Action is under your control. Worrying makes you inefficient. Planning makes you efficient. Planning can come at a chosen time. Worrying comes anytime because it's reaction. So that's why worrying is dangerous. It upsets you. And it comes because of our raga and dvesha. Because you're focused. So then if we plan, then I have a set a target. What is happening? In case of worrying, you are not willing to accept things. I want this. I want to go and have a filter coffee. If I don't get, I'm worried. I'm upset. I plan to achieve a thing. If I get it, it's fine. If I do not get it, the world is not falling down. In case of worrying, I don't get it means it's finished. I'm finished. So what is happening? You are worrying about something which is in future. You are worrying it now. You are thinking of something which is going to happen in future. And when you are worrying is now. Action can only happen now. So while you are supposed to put your focus on action, a part of your focus or more of your focus is in worrying. What happens if I don't get it? How I'll show my face? What people will think? And when you are doing it now, about a thing which will happen in future. And now is the time when you can do something. Action is always done in the present. And we have seen also there is no past and future. Everything is now, 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 now. It's a misnomer. Time is a misnomer. We'll discuss that again. So that's why the word Lord uses called Sankalpa Sannyas. Sankalpa means is renouncing. Sankalpa, in a sense, Sankalpa is you do. You say that, you do the puja, you do Sankalpa. I am, oh Lord, I am doing the puja for Dhana Abhyutarartham, or I want to pass the exam or whatever it is. That is a Sankalpa, a promise. Another Sankalpa is giving up. Giving up what? Giving up worries for the future. It's Sankalpa Sannyas that is there in this the next verses will come. So that's why I'm touching upon. So we'll look at that. So this is, again, we have taken the whole class. So next week we'll look at the verse 3, because first 2 verses we have finished. So third verse will start from the next class. So next class, maybe next week we will not have the class because we have a initiation program. Deepak Baba has decided already. Deepak Baba, you cannot say no, because Samat he he gets upset. So next week we will not have class. Next week we will have we'll take the third verse on this chapter. You want to share something, or you have any question?
बाद में कौन बोल रहा है अभी कहने?
Yes, please. Anybody want to share anything? Sipat Baba, Jagatpal ji. Jagatpal ji, please, Baba Prasad.
Baba,
Yes, Baba.
this Raga, Dvesha and Samatvam and, the Nidhi Vyastam, that part, this can happen parallelly, right? Or
Yeah, it
like
can happen. It can happen, but the absorption will be better once you have the samatva. Otherwise, you will not be able to concentrate, because your mind is always be